Yeah, hey everybody, this is Ian from mindfulmarketplace.com. And in this video, I'm just going to give you a little brief taste of the brand new PDF and audio mini course, which is free, that we're giving away to authors, especially folks who are writing inspirational books or people who are in the healing, helping, and spiritual growth niches and spaces. These are the folks that we're actually targeting in our mindful marketplace community, folks who want to work with us to 10x your impact, audience, and income in 2020. And I'm going to share with you a couple of the simple injunctions and the instructions that we have that I think are quite unique relative to what other people are teaching and preaching in the self publishing space or in the in the online agency space, folks who are targeting the similar audience that we are. So I want to share with you some of the things that I think are wrongheaded, or the advice that I think is misguided in the vanity press and self-publishing space. I see a lot of this stuff on Facebook in particular, where we're running a bunch of ads for our community, and I happen to see a lot of the other ads that other folks are running. So as you can see here in this blog post, which again leads to a free giveaway that I hope, if you're interested in writing a book, you'll sign up for. It certainly doesn't cost anything, and you'll also get registered to win over $35,000 in software and services for new authors, right? So there is a ton of bullshit in the Amazon publishing, book marketing, and author services and support space. And I try to articulate why in some of the different materials that we've put out recently. But I think the most notable things to pay attention to if you're writing a book are the things around writing a bestseller, or the things that, or the products and programs, or the folks who are trying to sell you on getting, and I'm making a quote sign now with my hands, which you can't see, but getting rich from your book, because you're not going to get rich by writing a book, right? Or let me restate that. You're not going to get rich by writing a book through actual book sales. That's not the way it's done most often, and it's a very, very, very minuscule, infinitesimal, amount of books that actually make make the folks who wrote the books themselves rich. Where you actually are going to build your brand, build your business, and build your bank account is actually through what you're offering through the book. Now, again, this is not part of this particular video. I don't want to get too far afield, but what we recommend is writing what I call a bridge book. And a bridge book introduces an idea that inspires or invites an experience. And the experience is actually where you will get rich, or where you will build your brand, build your business, build your name recognition and notoriety in your niche, industry, market, or vertical of, or your area of interest or expertise. And the experience that you're inviting or inspiring, again, you're introducing an idea that invites or inspires an experience. And there is a difference, by the way, between inviting and inspiring an experience. You want to actually do both, right? So I can read a book on a certain meditation technique that inspires me to have the experience. But if the author doesn't invite me to have that experience with her or him, then I'm going to find and seek that out with somebody else, right? So if you want to actually turn your book into a brand and use that brand to actually bolster your bank account and create clients and cash flow and all that good stuff, you have to both inspire the experience and invite the experience as well through your book. All right. So um, the stuff that is covered in this PDF and the audio outline that follows it or that accompanies it, and what you're going to find through registering for our giveaways throughout the first quarter of 2020, is all of this stuff is designed to help you get purpose, get published, and get paid for your work without having to buy any, specious, silly BS from the folks who are trying to convince you that writing a bestseller or that selling a zillion books is the recipe for success in 2020. It might have been in 1980 or even 1990, but today it's so easy to take control and to be self-responsible for your own publishing platform, that the days of needing anybody else or any outside agency or even any outside book publishing platform to transform your business for the better by dint of publishing books, those days are long gone. So here is just a sampling of the sorts of things that we're recommending to our readers and subscribers in 2020. Some of these may feel counterintuitive to you, but in general, these are really authentic and honest and straightforward strategies for writing a book that changes the world and using that book as the backbone of building your brand and business. So number one, write more than one. So that might feel really, really counterintuitive if you're struggling to write just one, right? Many of the folks in our audience are actually struggling to get their first book out the door. But the truth is, when you commit to more than one, what you're doing is you're freeing up space in your kind of cognitive shelf or your headspace, let's call it, to actually put all those other ideas that you're trying to cram into this book into the next book, right? So it's quite liberating to be able to say to yourself, this idea or this chapter or this epiphany or this experience is going to go into the next book, not this one. And you can put it aside once you've committed in your head that you're going to do more than one, right? Number two, and much more to say about all this stuff. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of a teaser or a taste of what is in our PDFs and our audio outlines and our mini courses, many of which are available to you for free on our Mindful Marketplace platform. Number two, your book is the beginning. This is so important. And again, another place that I see so many of these ads and offers and digital agencies that cater to authors. I see so much BS in this space where people want you to believe that writing a book is the end, right? You're going to get published and the book's going to be out in the world and all of a sudden you're going to make $1 bazillion and your life is transformed. Well, it's transformed by dint again, or by virtue of having written a book and having a book in the world, in the wild that you can call your own. But it's just the beginning, right? So one of the things that I like to say to the folks who we're working with is, especially those who are working in or publishing in the self-help or inspirational space, is speak like a sage, but hustle like an entrepreneur, right? You need to think of yourself as not an author, but an entrepreneur. And the book is just the beginning of that journey. And once you start to think of yourself as an entrepreneur and the book being a bridge to cultivating a community and building a bridge to, bigger and better things and connecting with your clients and contributing in ways that are far beyond what your book can bring, you're going to see that book actually serves as a bridge between your words and the work that you really are going to be doing in the world. And what I would invite you to do, rather than take my word for this, is look at the books that have been most impactful in your life, right? And again, this is not for fiction, this is nonfiction. So if you look at people that are always on Oprah or the Eckhart Tolles of the world. And what they're doing is their books are serving as a bridge to their events, to their products, to their, coaching offers, to their consulting work. Whether you're Eckhart Tolle, Brene Brown, whether you're Neil Donald Walsh, who wrote, Conversations with God, by the way, a book that I didn't particularly like too much, but many folks in my audience have and do. All these folks are real, or all these people, these authors are mean, they're doing events and workshops and tours and, creating online courses and all that sort of stuff. It's not the book itself that is the end of their contribution to the universe. It's actually just the beginning, right? And you need to think in the same way. All right. Keep it short, right? And I mean, this sounds like something that many people sort of know intuitively they want to do, but they think they're going to diminish the import or the significance of their work if they if they if they write short books, right? And I would say not only is the reality the complete opposite of that, it's actually going to inspire you to be more productive, and it's going to inspire your audience to be more associative, if that's the right word, with you and your words, your wisdom, and your work, right? So when you write short books, they're easier to finish for you, and they're also easier to read for your audience. They're easier for your audience to finish as well, right? And there's something called completion bias and the dopamine dump that we all get from finishing something that makes us feel good as readers or as an audience. And when you give your audience that gift, you're actually helping to inspire them to immerse themselves more fully in either your material or in the idea that you're trying to impart to your audience in the first place. So if it's, if you're writing a meditation book and you want your readers or your audience to learn to meditate, there's something that's very, very impactful about keeping it short and giving people a set of instructions or a set of ideas that they can actually complete and feel like it's something that they then want to immerse themselves in and learn more about, attend an event, buy a program, consult with you directly, et cetera, rather than writing this, 400-page meditation manual on these esoteric ideas or your own journey or, and people never finish that. And so there's nothing that ever, no domino ever actually falls forward in the world by virtue of, what you've put out into the universe, because people aren't finishing it. I can't begin to tell you how many times I've purchased a book that really felt inspiring to me, but it was 400 pages or, it was just too long and I just got bored or got distracted and then moved on to something else. So when you keep things small, you're giving your reader a short win, right? You're making them feel good and you're giving this sense of completion bias, right? They're going to associate finishing something with you and your work, and that's going to prejudice them in your favor, when associating somebody as the guru or thought leader or the recommended resource for the topic that you're writing about. All right. So anyway, what I want you to do next, if you're interested, I know I talk fast and I apologize for that, but is download this PDF, join our community, and register to win over $35,000 worth of free software and services for authors. We're giving these away as part of various contests that we're running through the first quarter of 2020. It includes free landing pages, free membership sites, for your like e-commerce platforms, all sorts of ways that you can monetize your content, your community, your book, your blog, and your business in 2020. We're also giving away something called Collect, Connect, and Convert, which is a full guided author packaging a program where we will actually literally work with you to publish your book, help you write your book and publish it and create your entire platform all in one 12-month program. All right. So if you're interested in any of that, I encourage you to download that below. You can also visit the URL in the the link below. If you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be in the description box. If you're watching this on my blog, it will be, or on our Mindful Marketplace community, it will be somewhere within the content itself. Okay, once again, this is Ian from mindfulmarketplace.com. I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you join us below. Thanks.